want to give you a quote by Barack Obama in regards to Reverend Wright, and then let's discuss what he's getting at here. He said to CNN, quote, "In some ways, this controversy has actually shaken me up a little bit and gotten me back into remembering that the odds of me getting elected have always been lower than some of the other conventional candidates." And basically what he's getting at, and what a great blog that I read also said is, now all of a sudden everybody remembers, oh yeah, Barack Obama's a black man. He's the son of a black man. And this writer, he nailed it. It's it's a blog I've never heard before, but who cares? I mean, he wrote a great piece. His name is Luke. I think he's from Canada or something. But he said, you know, people had forgotten, and Obama was being viewed as, he didn't put it this way, but he used another analogy, but kind of like the Huxtables, like the safe black family. Oh, it's okay. He went to Harvard, and you know, and he's polite, and he doesn't say anything about race, so it's okay. It's okay. And then all of a sudden, this incident shook everybody and was like, oh, yeah, that's right, he is black. And what this guy called black panic set in for white people. It's like, oh, my God, it's a black guy, and he's about to be president. And there was black panic.
There's not a part of me that believes Obama believes any of the offensive stuff Wright said.
Yeah, right.
But my opinion is that he probably joined that church and was a member of that church because it was the biggest church in Chicago, and he wanted to be a local politician. And that's where you get your strength as a local politician. That's where it starts. Okay. Not that he believes everything, but that's what's going to help him propel, you know.
Wes, I'm really glad you brought that up, because no one has said that. And that's what I've been thinking all along. Does Obama really believe any of the things that his pastor says? You know, does he really believe in Ezekiel and this and that and how he found Jesus? Maybe. Or maybe he thought, if I'm going to get ahead in this community, I better be a part of this community.
That's absolutely what it is. And you're not going to be a part of that community by standing up in the middle of Sunday service going, you're wrong about the AIDS.
I can't believe Reverend Wright said that. I'm so opposed to him.
You know what would happen? You'd never hear about the politician Barack Obama. Because he never would have gotten elected. And
people say, how could he stand there in the pews while your pastor said that? First of all, look, there's a line, right? There's a line, and I've hit that line and walked out of a service, right? But I don't think Reverend Wright hit that line. If he was saying all the things he was saying in church, I wouldn't be like, I'm outraged and I'm leaving right now, right? I'd be like, okay, I don't agree with the dude. Okay, so he thinks that they brought in AIDS and gave it to black. I think that's crazy. Okay, I don't think that's true at all, right? But so what? I'm not offended by that. White people seem to be so offended that he said that white Americans have done harm to black Americans. But how can you be offended by that? I look at that and I go, of course that's true. But that's a historical fact. How do you get angry about somebody saying that? What are you, nuts?
I think a lot of times white people are afraid of immediately being called a racist. It's a scary thing, and where they'll just look up, and a lot of times they're thinking, okay, I want to make sure I don't say anything wrong, especially now that I see this black guy here, because he's going to immediately call me a racist, and I don't want to be called that. It looks and sounds so bad, and I know I'm not. So they're so afraid of being called a racist, because it happens knee-jerk sometimes, that you kind of get upset, and it gets inside, and you're like, man, I want to be able to call somebody racist, because now they'll know how I feel.
You're right.
When anytime I say anything on my mind, all of a sudden I'm a racist. That's fucked up. So as soon as this black guy, who they like, oh, racist.
We got him.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
You want the other side to know what you feel like, which is what black folks feel like. We want white folks to know what we feel like. That's why black folks celebrated their ass off when OJ got off, because we're like, you see how it feels? We're pissed, and we're like, you see how there's nobody was like, yeah, OJ will kill some more white women. We're like, you see? Because it happened all through the 50s. It happened all through the whole time we're fighting. The justice system kicked our ass. So like, you see how it feels when somebody who should have been convicted got off? It happens so much, and it creates the same cycle. So when now the white folks have a chance to call somebody racist because of what he said, they're like, yes, now you see how we feel?
Right.
It's gonna go in that same circle.